I'm not what you would expect from a guy. You know, I'm not one of these guys that you see in porn or something, going at it for hours and hours on end. I'm not like that. It took me a long time to actually say it. I find sex tricky.
I felt weird about sex my whole adult life, I think. I think what I want to do, or maybe what I don't want to do, is sometimes exactly what I'm expected to do, in my head anyway. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think when you're younger, you just go along with it. You just try and treat it casually, but it's never really felt me.
I think if there was a porn that was designed specifically for me, it would be called something like shy porn or something, you know, something basically porn for people who are a bit hung up about sex.
My ideal porn, well, I think the guy would ask the girl if he could touch her, and I think they would like each other, but there would be this guilt and this kind of conflict, and I don't know, that's how I feel about sex.
I mean, I had a dad who was really macho. I didn't really get on with him. He kind of rejected me, and I suppose I rejected him back. And since then, I've just been really uncomfortable with the idea of, well, with that, you know, masculine, that high-powered, sort of high turbocharged masculinity.
My mum's life was messed up by men, and maybe that's where it comes from, but for years I've struggled. I even tried it with girls, and that's fun, but it didn't really feel like a solution. I think what I don't like is the loss of control, and I think I'd like to hide my discomfort maybe, but my body always gives me away.
Yeah, and you know, you can't really, sometimes your dick just isn't up for it, right? Just isn't up for it. Sorry.
When we met, we were both I think we were both at our lowest point, so that's why we could be really honest with each other.
Yeah. When she was the first person that I could be really totally upfront with from the get-go. In fact, I think I actually said to you, I find sex quite daunting, and I might get impotent, and yeah, can you imagine? There's a really real turn on.
But it was, and that's the thing, it was him being really honest about something like that it made me kind of open up. And it was that date actually, after, when we were making tea in the kitchen, and well, I told you that I suffer from vaginismus, which is a disgusting word, but it's basically this thing where it's when you get too tight during sex, so it can make things really difficult because like nothing will go in. And well, I'd never really told anyone that once I did, it was like a massive weight had lifted.
And because we could be completely honest with each other, it was really good.
It was the best it'd ever been.
And then we have sex all the time now. I mean, it's probably not how most people have sex. You know, we think of it as sex for people who are a bit fucked up about sex. But, you know, we might do something like, we might take it really slowly, or we might just watch each other touching, or explore some little fetish or something. Or
you've got this thing about doing it in public places, or, I don't know, like, sometimes you enjoy just watching me.
Yeah, sometimes I don't enjoy that one, yeah. That's probably enough. Yeah, basically, people will think this sounds really weird, but it works for us.
Our sex book explores how sex truly operates, demonstrating that, far from thinking about sex too much, we haven't begun to think about it nearly enough.